Back, everybody. It's Corey, of course. Welcome to Theory 4400. This is going to be my first time navigating this course strictly online with no set class times. So there may be some challenges or hiccups along the way, but we will sort it all out. I promise you that. It's a great change moving online because it allows for much more scheduling flexibility for preceptorship, for hiring, etc. So it's taking a lot of those worries away from you, which is great. So welcome back. An exciting semester, and I'm really happy to be teaching you again in the fourth semester here. I just wanted to post a quick video to go over the course outline and some of the expectations and assignments. The course has changed slightly, like I had mentioned, but we'll dive right in. So under the content tab, you will have all of the content for the entire course of the semester there. So it is free for you to work through at your own pace. I would recommend setting aside at least an hour or so a week to look through the content. Much of it will be a review, but we'll take a look at the course outline first, and we will work through this together. So your Theory 4400 course, the things that you're concerned about is the evaluation criteria. Your grade will be made up of some portfolio assignments, online quizzes, and then some modules that you can work through online. Somebody has already completed the IMS 100, so I know that the links are working and that it should be fairly easy to navigate. I've posted some of the instructions there, so we will chat about that in a little bit more detail. We will not be doing the THEO ambulance course this semester, so that 10% is actually going to be moved to portfolios 1 and 2. So we'll make those both 25% to make up the 100% for your grade. So course outline is pretty straightforward and easy to follow. If there are any questions about that at all, please let me know. You can work through the learning plan to see some of the topics that we'll be covering, or you can just simply go through the content tabs week to week to see what we'll be covering each week. Pretty straightforward. We've also put some links for the ALS and BLS up, and then if there's any other content that's posted, I'll be sure to make an announcement so you have that information as well. We'll move into the portfolio assignment. So this is what will probably take up the majority of your time in this course. The online quizzes, the second part. So when we're looking through this portfolio assignment, it's now going to be worth 50% of your grade. Each assignment will be worth 25%. And it's going to be very, very straightforward. The portfolio assignment is composed of a couple of different components that will make up the grade. So throughout the semester, you'll have opportunities to add to the portfolio completed at your own pace. It would be nice if you could have these submissions into the Dropbox by weeks 7 and 13. I will be as lenient as I can on this deadline because I know you're busy. Basically, all I'm going to need is to have 2 portfolio submissions by the end of the semester, and I will grade them as so. I will be sending reminders throughout just to make sure that we're staying on track. What I don't want to happen is everybody to be submitting this last minute. It will take a little bit of time to work on, and there should be some thought behind it, especially considering that they're worth 25% of your grade. So there should be some thought and some work that goes into it. It's not something that you're spending 10 or 15 minutes on and submitting. So please put in some honest work and make sure that you're putting a good effort in, and you will get a good grade. So the components of this portfolio, there's the 2 submissions. You are choosing 2 of the following. There are 4 components listed here. I'll go through each one. Each submission will have 2. So for example, your first submission, you decide to do 1 and 2. The next, you decide to do 3 and 4. I don't care how you break it up. You could do 1 and 4, 3 and 4. Just make sure that both submissions, through both, you're covering each of these points. The first is 2 lead and 2 12 lead interpretation. So you're to find 2 interesting lead 2 and 12 lead rhythms from your preceptorship. It can be 4 different patients. These should be patients that you have assessed. However, if you do not see any patients that have challenging or interesting strips, you can get them from other crews at your base or on your shift. Your submission should break down a brief write-up on the patient, so chief complaint, symptoms, assessments performed, any treatment that was rendered, and then more importantly, your interpretation of the rhythm. So go through each step and finally name the rhythm and detail any hemodynamic changes you may expect or anticipate with that patient. So it should be pretty interesting. As you've likely seen already, there are some very interesting and funky rhythms out there. So please keep your rhythm strips, take some photos of them, and it will be great to share those with the class, some of the most interesting or different ones. The second will be an EMCA prep assignment. So you'll create a case study with multiple choice questions in an EMCA style format. So that's the multiples for the answers. This case study should be based off of a challenging or interesting call that you have come across in preceptorship. Again, if there's a chance that you haven't had quite an exciting preceptorship, dream something up or make something up with your crew, and then you can make the case study from there. This should be challenging your knowledge in pathopharmacology, the ALS, BLS standards, and more. And then we should have at least 10 multiple choice or multiple questions. And there should be a point form or a couple short sentences explaining why or why not the answers are correct. It does have to be referenced appropriately, but make sure that it's challenging. The third submission is a communicable disease submission. I will be posting a list of communicable diseases on DC Connect. It will be a Google form where you can sign up with your name just beside the communicable disease. There are some questions here, again, that you should be able to answer and reference as appropriate. And then lastly, there will be a submission for 2 patches. So one can be to a base hospital physician for orders for medications. One should be a receiving facility patch. And then it would be great if you could submit a death notification. So your choice of the 2 of 3, I think the 2 easiest and most interesting and probably most beneficial for your practice would be a receiving facility patch and a death notification. Again, you can create these case studies based on a call off of preceptorship, and it goes without saying, please remove any kind of patient identifiers. So make up names that are not giving away any kind of PHIPAA information. So you can record these and submit them to me in the Dropbox as well. There's a small grading rubric here. Any late assignments will be addressed a penalty of 2 marks per day. But as I've said, it's going to be very flexible. I will put some soft deadlines as week 7 or 8 and then week 13 for each submission. So that's our portfolio assignment, very straightforward. Next we have our quizzes. So weekly you will see quizzes being released on DC Connect. You can see them all listed here, when they're available and when they are available till. They'll be open for about a week. They will challenge you in many different aspects of your knowledge up to this point. There may be some new content throughout the course of the semester, such as MCI, palliative care, etc. So if you don't happen to go through week to week, the quizzes may be challenging. Each quiz is worth 2% of your final grade. There are 10 quizzes total. Depending on how we do, I may put a couple of extra quizzes in there, and then we can drop the 2 lowest marks. They're nothing to sweat over. They will be some practice for your provincial exam. which is really what this class is all about. You will have your final test on DC Connect as well. We'll open that up at the end of the semester. And throughout the course of the semester, I will also release some practice MCA quizzes, so that multiple style kind of quiz or test. And this will give you some more context in practice for that provincial exam. So that's really it in terms of the course. It's really straightforward. It should be some good practice for your provincial exam, some good review for topics that you might not have seen for quite some time. If there are any questions whatsoever, please email me. If there's any interesting calls, rhythm strips, anything that you do through preceptorship that you'd like to share, I'd be happy to post it through the course content. So just keep me posted on that. We will be doing some interview prep. So what I will likely do is ask if there's any volunteers who are interested in doing an online or potentially an in-person interview. We'll record the interview and post it up on DC Connect just to help your peers. So I will touch base probably in the next week or so looking for volunteers, and then we can go from there. All right, so that's really it. I would encourage you to start navigating the content as you so choose. If there's any topics you'd like me to post a video about, I'm happy to do that. I will be popping in frequently and doing these kind of videos just to review some content, talk about quizzes. If there's some quizzes that maybe didn't go too well or questions that it seemed like the majority of the group got wrong, then I'll go over those. But this is a pretty open book kind of course, so a lot of it is going to come from your feedback. So please email me and let me know what you want out of it, and we will do our best to get you prepared and make sure you're ready for labs and ready for your provincial exam. Okay, so as always, I am available pretty much 24/7. Shoot me an email. I'll do my best to get back to you right away. I probably won't see all of you this semester, but I'll do my best to pop into the college when you're in lab. I hope everybody had a safe and happy holiday, and this is the final stretch. Very exciting, and I know everybody will do well. So good luck. We will touch base soon. Keep an eye out on DC Connect for quiz opening dates, and we'll go from there. Okay, take care, everybody, and we'll chat soon.